Is the Earth a globe that is spinning on its axis while the moon orbits around it, both of which are orbiting around the sun and all of which are traveling through space at almost 500,000 miles per hour? Or is the Earth a stationary, flat level plane that is covered with a dome firmament? We're going to talk about flat Earth today, and I'm actually going to go about this video a little differently because I know how sensitive of a topic this is. So we're going to first look at what we were all taught, what NASA says about the Earth, about the sun and the moon, about the orbits, about the speed, the lighting of the sun and the moon, and everything, the basics of what we were taught. And then we're going to look at what the Bible says, and we're going to compare and contrast. I am going to provide my opinion based upon what the Bible says, but at the end of this video, I want you to draw your own conclusions. This is a topic that you have to seek out on your own. You have to study it, you have to research it, and you have to want to know the truth. Nobody can tell you flat out, this is how it is. You have to seek that information on your own. I also want to remind everybody of something before I jump into this. We have been lied to, y'all. That is a fact. One example is our history. We were never taught our true history. We were never taught about the giants. We were never taught about the Nephilim. We were never taught that the half human, half animal gods actually ruled and physically walked this earth. We were taught that they were just mythology. We were taught they were just folklore. Why? Because our true history proves the Bible. This is Satan's world. We live in Satan's domain. What does that mean? He has infiltrated our world.
Back by lunch. Let's talk to the anchorman some countless miles below. We have a toilet problem and our drama steals the show. Like on the desk in school. Glad I'm not a claustrophobe on a rocket ship of fools. Ship of fools.
Yeah. It's dedicated to the truth seekers, the ones living below the firmament knowing the deal. It's all good, baby.
Answers a cartel or the misses the hype, selling CGI dreams at $1 trillion price. No boots on the soil, just swagers in the room. Another Hollywood reboot, a high budget tune.
They're guarding the dome while they pickpocket the floor. NASA's just a beater and we're kicking down the door.
Nixon had a landline straight to the moon, but all the misbuffering, man, it's all a cartoon. The cool mocking openly, farcical and free, sex magic and parsons, seeking out the glee. Luciferian doctrine spells casting a hex. Mach 39 entry, check the numbers next. 6 million on the path, witch doctor math. I see through the bends in the inflatable path. Check the theater of a Hollywood wing.
The horizon is flat. The water is level. It's a vault, it's a dome, and we're fighting that devil. Wake up! Wake up! Hey! Wake up!
NASA's a cartel, Artemis is the heist. Selling CGI dreams at $1 trillion price. No boots on the soil, just fires in the room.
I think this nurse guy actually speaks for all of America. And I think we could probably all feel his sentiment.
I'm not saying that the Artemis 2 mission is being faked. But what I am saying, and emphatically, is I'm underwhelmed right now. I was really excited for some cool stuff. And I've seen about 10 still photographs, just static images that look slightly better than the ones taken in 1969. Apparently from the exact same spot. They have a spot they like. They like to take a picture with the Earth about that big. And then they don't take any other pictures. And what an opportunity to really stick it to the flat earthers, except for every still image makes the Earth kind of look like a flat disc. So I don't know why you're doing that. I don't need an interview with the crew telling me how they eat soup out of a pouch. Take the camera to the window and shut up and just let me see it. I don't know. Why isn't there something mounted on the outside that just constantly gives me video of the Earth? Show me something with movement. Show me weather patterns moving on the Earth. Show me rotation of the Earth, zoomed out so you can see the entire sphere rotate. You really want to blow my mind? Show me some upside down flying planes. That's what Daddy wants to see. A skyline of a major city upside down with planes flying like that. That's all I want. And I'm getting none of that. And I suspect I will get none of that either. And we don't know what's real or what's fake. So I don't know why anyone's excited about anything they're seeing. This is so disappointing.
For all you naysayers, it is impossible to fake any of the pictures or video we are providing to you directly.
Soon we will be exactly 33 feet from the moon's surface. It's true, as we will show you.
33 feet, isn't that amazing?
Amazing! We will be exactly 33 feet from the moon's surface. 33 feet, isn't that amazing? 33!
33 feet! That's incredible precision.
It's perfect for the mission.
It's time to come to terms with the fact that 99% of you are all non-player characters, like the kind that walk into walls on repeat.
Something here that needs explaining.
What needs explaining?
What's all this nonsense about you dancing with Van Johnson?
It's not nonsense. I did dance with Van Johnson.
She's told so many of those wild stories, she's beginning to believe them herself.
In case y'all didn't know, that group over there called NASA, never a straight answer. They do great work anyhow. Not a space agency. Never a straight answer. Anyhow, these folks, they just released their bomb drop video for the lunar cycles for all of 2026. And now they're showing you the Earth in relation to the moon now. That's nice. They weren't showing that before. Oh, look at this. They're telling you more detailed specs on what they're showing you. Look at that, the moon's orbit. Awesome. Of course, no data with dates. Of course, that might be too too easy to nail down if they put the date on it when they're switching up their perigee and apogee stuff for their story to coincide. As I pointed out before, that must have been a mistake. Now they're showing you the subsolar points. And this little gem, they're showing you at scale, true scale, and lighting, by the way. The entire moon distance from Earth for all of 2026. That's how it happens. See it going in and out there? Cool story, bro. I like the explainers over here at NASA telling me what's really going on. Look at this, for example. They tell me from Tokyo to Houston, or basically halfway around the world, we have a visual demonstration at the exact same moment in time at each location. This is what the parallax from those vast distances on the Earth did in the image. See how it rotated? Problem is, look what we got over here. We got telescopes zooming in from Perth, the Perth Observatory, this observatory over here at Johannesburg, South Africa, the exact same time, okay, within 1 minute. And I would like to know why they're not in the same orientation, because they're both being observed south of the equator, whereas this here location's both north. They haven't flipped. They haven't reorientated themselves to the horizon. So explain this, NASA. Sorry, NASA, but since you're so good at explaining parallax with your cartoon pictures and whatnot, you know, all these great animations you've got going on over here, I thought maybe I could get you to explain why when you move half the distance on the ball Earth, like from Tokyo to Houston, you only get that little bit of parallax on the moon, which is the closer of the two objects said to be depicted here. The dark orb being the moon, I suppose. But my bigger question is, why does the sun rotate in sync with the bite on the limb? If the objects are 400 times distance, the parallax shouldn't be in sync. It should be far less parallax with the sun because it's so much further away. How could we get that much parallax in 20 miles? You've got a little parallax on just the moon. Or from here. This is your footage, NASA. This is your footage from the Exploratorium. Okay? All this is your footage, so why is it rotated different here than over here and up here? So how does this rotate like this from these locations, NASA? Explain that. Parallax. You've got this much parallax with the moon halfway around the Earth, but you've got all this rotation. Can that much parallax exist? In just a few thousand miles, see how it's on the opposite limb and it's rotating around? How can that happen if parallax be the cause?
Just want to say 100% point blank, that was a wonderful toilet. The toilet worked great.
And mission specialist Christina Cook and Jeremy Hansen taking their first steps outside for their historic test flight.
I'm going to pause this right here because everyone has been asking me to do videos on this Artemis 2 hoax. So let's start right at the beginning of the launch crew walkout.
To a wonderful applause from the crowd. They're looking really excited.
Now, what I want you to pay attention to are the cell phones that the people in the crowd are holding and recording and taking pictures with. Pay attention to these phones. I'm going to freeze frame the shots where they're holding them up, aiming them at the astronauts. and you will see that there are no astronauts whatsoever in the cell phone footage view.
Some big really smiles. I love that.
Out here. It's a great day for us. It's a great day for this team.
A few words from Reed. Great day for us, the team, he said. Thumbs up, more thumbs up. Of course, a lot of pictures. We hear some camera shutter clicks back there.
Know that Christina Koch was actually a character in Mad Max in 2015? Yeah, NASA astronaut Christina Koch appeared as one of the Vuvolini in the 2015 Mad Max Fury Road. And then just 10 years later, she's going to the moon. What an exciting life, huh? And apparently, she's only even been an astronaut for only 13 years. And she completed her candidate training in 2015, the same year that she was filming to be in a movie.
Yeah, the 2 of the 4 American astronauts that are on that flight, they're right out of central casting. They're right out of central casting.
Let's not forget about the words appearing on the stuffed animal and then him quickly moving it out of the way. Let's not forget about how the bag phased directly through Buddy's ear right here.
Minutes before the Artemis 2 crew traveled the
And what the hell is he even doing? Let's not forget the vanishing red dot. Terrible quality video, even though you couldn't take a bad quality video nowadays, even if you tried. 1995 digital camera. Video from inside the ship from the entire 10-day trip, except for when they're free falling at 25,000 miles per hour. No close-up shots either. They're making sure they're keeping their distance for some reason. None of this is melting, even though this fucking ship would be hotter than lava. A crew going up and touching the ship and their hands are somehow not burning off. Here's a little bonus clip from a separate team of dumbasses. Why did the ball fall straight to the floor if they're in space?
CO2 is 5.5, and we are still doing good on board. Christina and Jeremy are beginning suit done.
Houston copies all.
Are you really watching NASA take a spacecraft around the moon? Or are you just watching a Hollywood studio? And why are they saying these astronauts are from central casting?
To the space station, Mike and Sonia, the 2 of the 4 American astronauts that are on that flight, they're right out of central casting.
Did anyone catch them saying the quiet part out loud? They're just gonna say it means they look good for the job. Yeah, exactly. Who remembers the Challenger flight with Krista? Now look at Christina from Artemis 2. Feels familiar, doesn't it? Notice how as soon as a rocket reaches space, it's suddenly CGI. You just see a launch, then a curve in the sky. Don't believe me? Go Google rockets in space. Probably because we're in an enclosed system. Just think about why the father of modern rocket science had Psalm 19:1 written on his tombstone. The heavens declare the glory of God and the firmament showeth his handiwork. It's so hilarious. People get so angry at anyone questioning the government. 85 million taxpayer dollars a day going to NASA while they build bunkers underground. Seems like the perfect distraction to keep everyone staring up at the sky instead of what's happening here on Earth.
Hey NASA, if you're not lying about this, then let me just take the Artemis 2 capsule and put it in this right here. Yeah, that's cooler than what you just went through. That's colder. So if you could do this, then you easily can get dunked into this for about 5-10 minutes. Let's put it to the test. Let's put the Artemis 2 metal heat shield To the test. Let's put it in there for 5-10 minutes. Yeah. Why not? Let's see what happens.
Just want to let you guys know that the people who control this world, they collectively sit down and laugh at how stupid most people are. Now, this unofficial rocket travels 3,200 feet per second. And then we have this NASA rocket that travels apparently 56,000 feet per second. What looks like it's going faster, guys? Like, tell me that. Literally nothing that we observe and see with our own eyes lines up with what NASA tells us, with what the Satanists tell us. None of it. Space is not real. All of our ancestors knew this. They knew that if you go up high enough, you'll hit the firmament. That's why any unofficial launch to space that wasn't by NASA went straight up and hit the firmament. You can't go past the firmament. You can't go to space. There is no space. And the deception is just so blatantly obvious.
No. We're sending people. Pretend people! Back to the moon, right?
To the moon.
If you guys are believing this stuff, wake up. It's time to wake up.
This is the fiction section.
Do you know how tall the Artemis 2 rocket is? 322 feet tall. And here in the bottom right corner, you got the CGI version of reality. 12 hours. And then finally, in the last hour, something happens. You start to see the thing lift off, going straight up. Ooh, it's going towards space. Remember when Katy Perry went to space?
The rocket soared into space. Katy raised her single daisy toward the sky.
1 o'clock. Oh, now it's going towards 2 o'clock. Look at this. We're at 3 o'clock. 4 o'clock. The rocket's going down, guys. Houston, we have a problem. This is how rocket science works. You have to orbit around the Earth before you can go straight to the moon. And that's not what the visualizer is showing. The CGI visualization is showing it still going upwards, but in the camera, it's going down. This is insane. Going to the moon.
Astronauts to the moon.
Do we trust the government? Please tell me you don't.
No way.
Wake up!
Space shuttles and other space rockets arc and appear to fall back down in order to get into orbit. Sure, the altimeter never shows this arc, but that must still be the way to get into space. And I think it's interesting how the rockets have to fall to go up. In addition to pointing out this weird attribute, flat earthers have also made us aware that no one actually knows why these rockets arc like that, as demonstrated by this parent here.
Is that a plane or is it the rocket? Does it always go like that?
Yep.
It looks bad to me. It's in space, or is it? Is that it?
Yep, I think that's it.
Peter, for Sandy, is it turning or is the Earth spinning?
A rainbow.
Sandy? It's not turning, the Earth is spinning. Sandy? That's going straight up, it's just the Earth is turning, we're moving away from it.
This just makes me laugh because those kids are so dumb that they don't understand that the rocket only looks like it's falling because the Earth is turning. I don't understand why these space rockets look like they're falling back into the ocean, but we do know that they're in space because look at this actual NASA video of a satellite. And those dumb flat earthers say there are no actual photographs and videos of satellites in space. Boy, they're wrong.
Well, I think it looks so ridiculous and impossible. And You can tell it's real because it looks so fake, honestly.
When you launch a rocket, the exhaust pushes it forward in equal and opposite measure, sending it out of the Earth's atmosphere with power and precision. Conservation laws, including the conservation of momentum, are vital in physics because they make it possible to predict how a system will behave without having to consider every detail. Once you know a few things about the initial condition, you can say a lot about the final state of a system.
In the impulse momentum theorem, the relationship between force, time, and change in momentum reveals an important principle: that a large force applied over a short duration and a much weaker force applied over a longer duration produce the same change in momentum. This has practical implications in the design of many engineering systems, where, for example, extending the time over which a collision occurs can reduce impact forces, enhancing safety and reducing damage to the colliding objects. This is how a shock absorber works, like one you might find in airplane landing gear or in a car. It extends the time period over which an impact force acts, to reduce the peak force transmitted through it. Impulse also helps explain why momentum is conserved in an isolated system. Whenever objects in an isolated system interact, they exert internal forces on each other that are equal in magnitude but opposite in direction. This is just Newton's third law. These internal forces and the time over which they act are impulses, which cause a change in momentum. Since the forces are applied for the same amount of time, the momentum change of one object is exactly balanced by the momentum change of the other, resulting in no net change in the system's total momentum. And that explains why momentum is conserved in the absence of net external forces. Conservation of momentum and the impulse momentum theorem aren't just theoretical concepts. They give us a practical understanding of how objects interact in the world around us.
The law of the conservation of momentum says that in a collision between objects in a closed and isolated system, the total momentum of the objects in the system before the collision is equal to the total momentum of the objects in the system after the collision. Just like the other laws of conservation, momentum is not created or destroyed. There's another law of physics that might sound familiar when we talk about collisions. Remember Newton's laws, which predict the motion of most objects? His third law of motion states that for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. This means that objects exert equal forces on one another when they interact. One of the consequences of Newton's third law is the law of conservation of momentum. We can see it in action when you hit a straight shot, like this, and it does this. You exert a force on the cue ball, which makes it gain momentum. When you strike the ball, that momentum is transferred to it. When the ball collides with the other ball and the first ball stops, all the momentum has been transferred from the first ball to the second ball.
Oh, hell. So did Elon Musk actually hit the firmament? Y'all check this out. So there they go. There they go. And the guy in this video was talking about how when man-made things explode or anything like that, it's black smoke, right? Check this out. So it's course correcting and... Uh-oh. Have you ever seen anything explode that does that? What did it hit up there, y'all? I don't know. Leave in the comments. What do you think? What did it hit?
NASA shuts off instrument on Voyager 1 to keep spacecraft operating. That thing is 15 billion miles away. Or at least that's what they say. They're just gonna press a button that's just gonna throw it into low power mode real quick. They said this thing was launched in 1977. It's 50 years old. And now because they need a believable excuse for how something 50 years old is still just chugging along. Like, oh, we're just gonna put it in low power mode so it can keep going and keep feeding you guys information. And pictures that aren't real so we can see just how many of you we can fool. Their plan is to conserve energy by shutting off heaters and instruments while making sure the spacecraft doesn't get too cold that their fuel lines will freeze. In a place where it's negative 455 degrees. And this is an official photo from NASA of Voyager 1. How the hell do you get a close-up picture of something 15 billion miles away? And not just once, several pictures in different locations. They can zoom into this thing 15 billion miles away, but for some reason they're not able to zoom into the supposed flag that's on the moon. If you can get this picture, there is zero reason why you wouldn't be able to get a picture of the flag. And all the sheep are like, oh, well, that's not how telescopes work. Like, the moon is really big and the flag is small, so it's impossible to zoom in that close to it and find it. Okay, so then explain this.
Think about it. Pilots fly for thousands of miles and never once dip the plane's nose down. If the Earth were a spinning ball, they'd have to constantly correct for curvature. It's an open secret among aviators. They'll tell you off the record they fly over a non-rotating plane. Their training ignores the Coriolis effect. And the flight paths? Why would a flight from LA to Taipei divert to Alaska for an emergency? On a globe, it's a ridiculous detour. On a flat Earth map, it's a nearly straight line. They are navigating with the truth while they feed us the lie.
G'day guys, Bradley Suter here, reporting live and direct from my bedroom. Now, it's come to my attention that some of you guys think that you're a master physicist and you believe in the globe theory and all that stuff. I just wanted to tell you you are 100% wrong, that the Earth is not a globe. And this machine right here, this machine is what proves my point. So, a railgun can hit its target at 105 nautical miles away. Japan's tested it and it works. Now, that in itself is proof to say that the Earth is not a globe and that it is flat, right? I just want to prove a point here. At any point when you stand on the Earth, you are standing at the highest point possible to anyone else. Like, if you stand here, if you were to shoot a railgun straight, it would not go 100 miles into its target. It would go 110 miles into space.
If you hit a glass with a feather, the glass will break. No, it won't. And this is the second rule. Don hit a glass with a feather. What happened to the glass? Nothing. Nothing happened? Why didn't anything happen?
Because the feather was soft.
First one says, if you hit a glass with a feather, the glass will break. Okay. And the second one, Dawn hit a glass with a feather. What happened to the glass?
It broke.
And why did it break?
Because the rule says, if you hit a glass with a feather.
Crazy how people need no proof to believe a lie, but they need countless proof to accept the truth. And that's exactly how the system likes it. They build the lie big, shiny, comfortable, a story you can swallow without chewing. But the truth? Oh, the truth comes with sharp edges. It cuts through the script they spent centuries writing. People don't reject truth because it's wrong. They reject it because it threatens the world they feel safe in. And the ones in charge know this. That's why every real truth gets buried under noise. Fact checks, experts, panels, distractions, all of it designed to make you question yourself before you ever question them. They don't hide truth behind locked doors. They hide it behind your own doubt. But here's the thing they fear the most. Once you see the pattern, you stop asking for permission to believe what you already feel in your bones. You stop needing their proof. You start trusting your own mind. Because a lie only survives when people defend it blindly.
If a rocket like Artemis 2 really shoots into space, why does it bend away, slide across the sky, and then just fade out of sight instead of going straight up? And here's the part most people never stop to ask. Where does the giant launch vehicle actually go after that moment? Because if you think you already know the answer, wait. The next few seconds might flip that feeling. You came for a simple question, but by the end of this, you might not look at launches the same way again. Watch any rocket launch from the ground. At first, it looks perfect. Loud engines. Fire blasting down. The rocket climbs straight up like you'd expect. Then something changes. It starts to tilt, slowly at first, then more and more. Instead of going straight up into the sky, it curves sideways, almost like it's trying to go somewhere else entirely. And then it disappears, not straight above you, not into deep black space, just gone off to the side. Now pause right there. If the goal is space above, why not just go straight up? Why the curve? Why vanish before we can actually see where it ends up? And here's where it gets interesting. Most people never question this. They just accept it because, well, it looks technical, complex, official. But what if the simple question is the most important one? Think about it. You've probably seen dozens of launches online, maybe even live streams. And every time the same pattern repeats, straight up, then curve, and gone. But do we ever get a clear, continuous view from the ground all the way to space? No cuts, no switching angles, no losing sight. Why not? If this is one of the biggest achievements humans can do, shouldn't it be the most clearly shown thing ever? Now here's where the doubt creeps in. Is the curve just a normal path, or is it something we've been told not to question? Because once the rocket tilts and disappears, you're no longer watching it. You're trusting what comes next. And trust, without seeing, that's where questions are born. Because understanding a concept and actually seeing proof are two very different things. But here's the real question you should carry with you. Are you watching, or are you just accepting? Because those are not the same thing. If this made you pause, even for a second, then you're thinking the right way. Stay curious. Keep asking simple questions about big things. And if you want more videos that break things down like this without the noise, stick around and watch the next one.
Shocking news tonight. According to a new survey, 60% of Americans are now antiseptic.
That's right. And now the fake Semites are saying
It's not their fault.
Of course.
Chloe and Michael, good morning. We're here with Rabbi Foreskins, who has an interesting method for circumcision.
It's just Metz Beepa. Stop noticing.
That's basically where they take a and suck on its
Talmud says it's chill, though.
Wow, thanks, Ching Chong. You heard that, folks? Don't go looking up that unless you're ready to learn how it transmits HIV. That would be so antiseptic.
But we go live to Tom, where our favorite pizza baking competition takes place in the Goy Center. Tom, take it away.
That's right, John. We're here at the Pizza Cost. What's it take to win this?
We need to bake $271,000 to win.
I thought it was $6 million.
Nah, that would be impossible.
How are you enjoying the Pizza Cost? Out of the 109 countries out here, Germany's the one struggling the hardest. They don't even have a chimney.
That sounds a bit antiseptic.
Hope that doesn't get us canceled.
Well, Producer Berg does love his pizza and grape soda.
Shut it down! Fine, over 80% of the Epstein list was
and 0% of the victims were, but that doesn't mean we aren't victims. My grandparents were in the pizza cause.
Jeez, Producer Berg, chill.
He's so cute when he shuts it down. Anyway.
Did you see that fat congressman tampering with the votes?
Yep, show the normies.
So here's what a crime on tape looks like.
But he's chosen.
So noticing is antiseptic.
Shouldn't he, like, be in jail? Yeah.
Absolutely, throw him in jail, like, seriously. Dan, break it down for us.
Somebody, needs to stop this guy. I mean, he's just, to me, I feel like he's a terrorist. I think he should be hanged for treason.
Shut it the heck down, Dan. You think you can just waltz your way into Congress because of your big muscles and antiseptic rhetoric? We'll genocide you like the Armenian you are.
Just because you stupid goyim notice 6 companies run 90% of the media doesn't mean that we won't censor you. Now, back to the goy slop, or you're fired.
Wow. Great point, Shapiro-Stein. We wouldn't want to notice that, right? I'm just here for the bread and circuses before my sports ball game tonight. We're like cattle. How does it feel that your government is funding a genocide?
Good. I just got my seed oil sundae for free.
How'd you do that?
I got my 5th booster.
How do you feel about the event?
It's certainly not 6 million. And they were delousing chambers.
Really?
And mostly from typhus.
He was talking about the pizzas, right?
I think. Breaking news, we're bombing the shit out of Lebanon. Ching Chong joins us live from the action. We're here in Lebanon, where Israel's Operation Eternal Darkness has set out to absolutely wreck the Sand People. We've caused over 2,400 casualties since the beginning of March, all funded by our Epstein-controlled government.
What happened here?
Here in central Beirut, they just came over our town and started bombing us.
1 in 5 Lebanese have been displaced, all because you goy cattle are scared to notice. Like, dude, this is not chill.
That's base, Ching Chong.
But this is all we get when we let that fat Randy win.
Yeah, I got my vote on that Bulgarian dude. Let's hear what Dan has to say about all this.
The first thing that I would like to do is enact laws to punish people that put foreign nations before America. I think that's treason, and I think they should be hung for it.
Shut it down, Dan. We know you're lustful past Mr. Party Boy, thinking you're all cool because you have women and private jets like us. Daisy, distract them with your lustful milkers.
Exactly, Producer Berg. They never give us credit for owning their social media platforms and giving them only freaks.
Good points, Daisy.
It's not easy being chosen. Dude, she's not giving it up, bro. They're committing war crimes, all while they're blaming terrorists, saying they're embedded underneath residential buildings. Like, nah, fam. Y'all are sending my tax dollars to bomb the innocent.
That's actually a valid point.
Based, I might add.
Straight up. But let's go to the investigation team to learn more about what's been going on.
So when you follow the money, everything connects back to the chosen people. Nomadic wanderers practicing usury, financial domination, and Kabbalistic black magic. To put simply, it's the synagogue of Satan themselves.
Wow, that seems to check out. Even Orthodox Jews are starting to notice.
Well, yeah, they're appropriating Israel through trauma-based mind control.
Satan's little people. Let's hear more about Lebanon. Ching Chong.
The initial April 8th assault involved 50 fighter jets and 160 munitions attacking over 100 sites simultaneously. That's over 300 people dead in a single day, all for our greatest ally to usher in revelation.
Shut it down, Ching Chong. There were Hezbollah terrorists in there. Get your butt back to America or you'll end up like Jackie. Run the freaking commercials.
You need to turn that garbage off.
But Mom, they really do control our government.
Millions of Americans are now noticing, and the anti-Septicism is spreading across the country.
Who did you send $100 to?
To Jake GTV. He had his channel demonetized.
He's antiseptic.
Honey, so am I.
If you or a loved one is questioning the official narrative, it's not too late to get help.
Isn't Pfizer owned by a dual citizen from Israel? Whoa!
Ask your doctor if antisepticants are right for you.
You know, honey, I think Israel is our greatest ally.
That's how you know it's working.
Get them vaccinated before Agenda 2030.
Wow, don't they own all the pharmaceutical companies?
Yeah, but careful, or Producer Berg is going to force you to vaccinate
I'll just use a fake QR code.
Let's go back to Ching Chong to see what the fake Semites are up to in Lebanon. So here goes Satan's chosen people smashing a statue here in Lebanon. Makes sense that their Talmud says Jesus is burning in excrement and feces. Talk about Talmudic tribesmen, am I right?
That legitimately pisses me off. Absolute blasphemy. What do you think about that?
We should still support them.
So you're retarded. Got it. It's 4D chess, bud. Let's hear more from Dan Bilzerian.
They got kicked out of 109 countries, but they got expelled
1,030 times, which means they got accepted back in the country, kicked out again, accepted back in, kicked the fuck out again.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, this is not
totally opposite of the blacks. Everybody wants the blacks. They're taking them in slave labor.
Well, yeah, speaking of which, I mean, I'm sure you guys know who is behind that.
Yeah.
Just because we did the whole slave trade thing and then made it seem like a white people problem through media and education doesn't mean you should kick us out. Shut it down.
Isn't DNA testing illegal over there?
Yeah, yeah. They're not even Semites.
Anyways, let's hear from Theo on the Rogenstein Show.
They haven't been helping anybody forever. They're letting fucking politicians slurp on kids. All of our fucking money goes to Israel and they're using it to fucking genocide people. It's like, it's a time where it's like Satan is amongst us and our religious leaders are fucking talking about bullshit at the poll. It's just like, what is going, I don't know, man.
We got to get you off those antidepressants, son. You're losing your fucking marbles.
Good job, Joe. Let's get him vaccinated. He needs his antiseptic.
That's so true, Daisy.
Joe knows what it's like to be chosen. His wife is one of us.
I just joined your Only Freaks. Consider me your greatest ally.
Good goyim. Let's hear how we can censor them on social media.
I can't wait.
Over the course of 2024, we tripled the amount of accounts that we were banning for hateful activity.
Oh, that's why we got canceled, the frickin' Jews.
That's right.
Yeah. So much for them not censoring our speech.
That's antiseptic. Let's hear what the ADL is doing.
The ADL, our Center for Technology and Society, works actively with all the kind of companies of Silicon Valley, from Apple to Zoom, if you will, from Amazon to Microsoft to Meta, and indeed to Twitter.
What a thing to say.
But total coincidence. They don't run the media.
So what's up with that shooting that happened last week?
Let's go to the Jake GTV investigation team to learn more.
So he was being shown magic by the Jewish hypnotist, and then this one dude took shots and missed. Yeah. But this clip right here is just a coincidence. Play it.
This speech tonight will be classic Donald J. Trump. It'll be funny. It'll be entertaining. There will be some shots fired tonight in the room. So everyone should tune in. It's going to be really great.
Total coincidence. Anyways, here's the shooter wearing an IDF t-shirt. Yeah. But then again, our government does protect pedos. Yeah. So the manifesto was pretty based.
Yeah, he did write that. I'm not a rapist. I didn't rape anybody.
Oh, you think he was referring to you?
Excuse me. I'm not a pedophile. You read that crap from some sick person. I'm not any of those things.
Mr. President,
and I
these
was
are
never,
the gunman's words.
Excuse me. You shouldn't be reading that on 60 Minutes. You're a disgrace.
He's always such a victim.
How about arresting a single person in the Epstein files for once?
Right. Let's hear what Shapiro-Stein has to say.
Here we go again.
The #1 trend on X, the minute this happened, was staged. Hey, there's no evidence whatsoever this was staged. There's no evidence Butler was staged. There's no evidence Charlie Kirk's murder was staged or manipulated by the widow or any of that crap. Conspiratorial worldviews are disgusting.
Conspiracy theorists will believe anything these days.
Exactly. Good thing we have Shapiro-Stein to shut it all down. Speaking of Erica, here she goes again for Worst Actor of the Year.
I just want to go find
Shut it the heck down! I had YouTube delete your antiseptic Erica Kirkberg video for harassment, and I'm telling the ADL and FBI to shut this one down too. You're all fired!
Are we fully demonetized?
Yeah, I guess we went too hard.
Jake just told us to ask you to subscribe at jakegtv.com.
That would help. Let's ask the FBI.
Why did you demonetize Jake GTV on YouTube and delete our TikTok and shadow ban our Twitter?
Just let us do our genocide in peace, Goyam.
Well, there you have it, folks. Noticing is antiseptic.
Based. That's based. Dennis, take it away. Thanks, guys. We're going broke doing this, so please donate. Anyways, if you're still not following Jake GTV, you're an absolutely retarded loser.
Have you looked into who owned all the slave ships? What?
Ask your doctor if antisepticants are right for you.
Congratulations, you made it to the end. That's what I call based. If you don't want us to disappear, go and grab a membership on jakegtv.com so I can do this full time without going absolutely broke. Like, seriously, I can't do this without you. Just hit the like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.
Did you hack Jake GTV's Twitter?
Sir, we did, but he's not stopping.
Demonetize him everywhere. We must shut him down before Agenda 2030.